Good morning. Welcome to Senior Insights. My name is Cynthia, and everyone's welcome. Come on in, get a chair. The seats go fast. This is a very popular place to be at this time. So just find a seat, make yourself comfortable. Now, I had a big, nice video planned, but I don't think I'm going to do it because of the fact that I have been spending a significant amount of time troubleshooting things. And you know how I feel about that. I had to call my son again. The camera wouldn't work. But I fixed it before he even responded. So I said, never mind. I'm telling you, you have to be a teenager when you're 76 years old. It's not fair. Well, here we are. I'm going to have a bite of my muffin. Well, I think it's something to say. This has been an incredible weekend. Just incredible. I am lucky that I am living. It was so stressful. And I've been doing this channel to avoid stress, to make myself happy, to help you guys be happy, to have friends that I could talk to. And you know what? I got an email today from one of our friends, and she was wondering if I ever received her card. And she said she sent it 3 weeks ago. And you know me, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'm not the most organized person. So I went through all the cards a couple times. I couldn't find her card. She said it was a big card. I went through all of them, big and little, folding and unfolding, and I couldn't find it. But I said, I wonder if it's in my car. Because I was feeling really bad. That's one of the hazards of showing the cards that people send, because it's an expectation, and I want to do it. I want people to know that I appreciate it. And so I went out to the car. Sure enough, there were 3 cards there, but none of them were hers. So I don't know what could have happened. One thing that I said to her is, maybe, I just didn't pick it up because I only go to the post office once a week. So that could certainly be that I came 5 minutes after I left, which is typical of everything that I do. Something happens. But I feel bad about it. And because, she didn't get it shared at the board meeting. So the 3 that I found, goodness knows how long they've been sitting in my car, at least 1 or 2 weeks. So I'm not going to wait till the board week meeting, because that's another 5 days away. I don't think it's fair to these people, because I love them and I care about them. And here we go. This is, you're going to recognize her name, her YouTube name, or whatever that is. Is it a call? Is it an email? I don't know what it is. Who knows? But this is Dolly Cakes. You recognize her. She comments all the time. She wrote me a nice note, told me what her real name is, and a nice letter. When the card situation was called to my attention, I was checking emails. And I got some really nice emails from you folks. And I was overwhelmed. I have seen Gina, on Little Portion Cottage, I think is channel now, that she said that she could feel the love in the cards from the subscribers. I am telling you, I'm going to get weepy now because I was actually overwhelmed. I got some really nice emails that were very touching and very moving for me and very special. All nice, positive things. You know, like how wonderful I am, how beautiful I am, how beautiful my hair is. I mean, now I'm giving advice on hair products. It's not only cherries in the snow. I almost said cherries in the red. It was in my mind, but I didn't. I didn't. The woman who sent the card that I haven't received or I threw in the trash or whatever, I'm sure it's something that I did. She sent me some pictures. And they were really nice. I was kind of jealous. First of all, she's beautiful. She's a heck of a lot younger than we are. Well, I should say that for the gossip session this afternoon. She's beautiful. She lives in a really nice spot. And she has a sick cat that she's told us about. And I don't know, I just felt good reading her note. I didn't feel good about the fact that I couldn't find her card. And I'm sure that it's not the post office. I'm sure it's my skills. I have so many skills that seem to be falling apart at the seams. No, when I feel 1 ounce of stress, I can't function. Does that happen to anybody else? Honest to God, if, you know, that live, that was very stressful for me. I'm over it, by the way, because the outpouring of support and care and affection and all that stuff was overwhelming. It was overwhelming, and it was really very nice, and I appreciate that. But I think I already told you thank you. I don't want to keep saying thank you every second, but thanks, because you make me feel good anyway. You make me feel good through all that stress. But what I was saying is when I have stress, my mind, I think there's like a kink or something. I can't do anything. Well, obviously I can do things, but I mean, it really inhibits my thinking process. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I have no idea where I was going with that. But this lady lives in a really nice home on the water in Florida. Her cat is sick. And I'm not saying her name because I can't remember it. I'll say it another time when I find her card. But she probably did send me a card. Well, I got off track again. See? Here's another one. These I found in my car between the seat. So that tells me that that other card has got to be there, but I searched the car high and low, and it's not, it doesn't seem to be in the car. One never knows because I'm blind too. No, I'm not. Anyway, isn't this nice? It's like a stack of quilts. And she says, I'm not a crafter. And it's from Karen. And Karen lives in Michigan. But what a nice card. And it had a spiritual message, which I enjoyed reading. I have to take a sip of this coffee because I made it special for you guys. And it is strong. Is yours strong? Somebody doctors theirs up. Oh, that's another gossip thing. I'm going to talk about that this afternoon. Oh, I'm whispering and now you can't hear. Can you hear me now? It's supposedly fixed. Supposedly. But I've been saying that for weeks, haven't I? Okay, here's another one. Look at how cute this one is. This is a handmade card. She didn't make it. her friend or her neighbor made it. But a lovely message from Bozeman, Montana. Can you see it? She invited me to come to visit her. Would you go to somebody that just sent you a card? I might. I might, because we're all close friends here. We just have to be very careful. And, you know, she made the effort of going over across the street or next door and getting that card. So that's all I'm going to do is talk, for talking about cards. But what I was telling you is the overwhelming emotion that came over me when I was checking those emails, and then when I found these cards and I read the messages inside them. And I said that Gina had once said that she could feel the love. I can feel it. It's in the air. It's in the air, and it's incredible. It's incredible. I don't know what to say. So maybe I should just shut up. Have a muffin. This one I bought at BJ's. It's cinnamon apple. It's actually very good. It's like an apple streusel muffin, but I can tell it's probably 1,000 calories for one muffin. But I cut them in half. But it doesn't matter. I think you can probably tell that I'm getting a little hefty. Oh, I just thought of another gossip thing, but I can't. I'm going to save it. Look how much better I would look. Has anyone had plastic surgery? My girlfriend Priscilla, who was my maid of honor, my second wedding. She's gone now. All of the people that participated in both weddings gone, except the bride and the groom. Well, the groom on the second wedding is gone. That's another whole mess that you have to deal with. I read something yesterday. You know, I'm always trying to get ideas, and I read something about, well, I'm going to read it to you because I can't wing it. I have to have a cup of coffee because my throat's going, see? Anyway, this is a quote by Eckhart Tolle. And it's actually, it was in an article that I read about loneliness and how we feel. We have a hole sometimes. Sometimes it's worse than others, and sometimes it's not that bad. But he says that the past, which is already there, it becomes lodged in your mind and in your body. So the past that we've experienced, even as young children, is still there. It's absorbed into your mind and into your body. This, of course, includes the pain you suffered as a child that you're not even aware of, maybe, caused by the unconsciousness of the world in which you were born. That's profound, isn't it? I don't know how I can interpret that, and I'm not sure what it has to do with loneliness. It has more to do with, well, maybe the pain of loneliness, and sometimes we feel lonely, and we feel lonely when we're in a crowd. Sometimes that happens. I haven't felt as lonely since I started this channel, I will be honest with you. Like I said, those cards, those messages, just getting here, and you know, it seems like it's a lot to talk every day. It hasn't been. It hasn't been at all. I'm kind of repetitive, but, well, some of you probably don't remember what I said yesterday anyway. So, wait till I tell you. I had a video that I was preparing. I don't know if I have the guts to do it, to say it. But should I or shouldn't I? How many subscribers will I lose today? My goal is not how many subscribers can I get today. It's how many can I lose today? Can I beat yesterday's record? Because sometimes I say inappropriate things, and so I have to be careful, because I don't want to offend anyone, Just because I'm loosey-goosey doesn't mean that everyone is. I suspect that there's a lot of really prim and proper people on this channel. That's what I think. Tell me if I'm right. We should do something really naughty. I don't know what it could be because I can't even walk across the room. We could think of something. In the afternoon gossip, I'll be prepared and I'll have some suggestions. You be prepared too. Come, because I'm not doing all the talking. I can't. And if I knew how to do a live, then you could participate in the talking. But since I don't know how to do a live, well, I do. I've been shown. But I wouldn't dare try it without help again, ever again. And I'm not telling you. But enough of that. See, I'll harp on that till the day I die. Anyway, for this afternoon, I have to think of something naughty for us to do. When I was looking for things to talk about, I came across one. I'm not sure that I'm going to tell you what I came across. I might. You never know what comes out of my mouth. But there are many things that you are free to do when you live alone. I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about some of the things that you enjoy because you're alone, or that are different because you're alone. I don't have the guts. I don't have the guts, and I don't know how to do sound effects. But I was going to talk about passing gas. Now, don't laugh. Everybody does it. Oh, there's probably some people out there that don't, but everybody does it. You know, the other thing that I bet? The ones that are alone do it more. You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? Well, I'm not going to tell you. You will figure it out. Figure it out. Or did I already tell you? I can't remember. I did already tell you. Now, how can I lead you up to what it is? I can't, so I'm going to have another piece of muffin while I think about this. I'm going to chew on it. It's true. Much more freedom to do that. Now, this is gross, but I can attest to it. What can I say? Come on, put it in the comments. I want to know. Is it true for you too? Toot toot. Oh my gosh. It's a good thing that I don't know how to do sound effects, because I'd probably have one of those whoopee cushions going. Or I'd be having like real imitation gas releasing stuff on here. I might get censored though. Oh, I just know I'm going to lose 10 people over that. I couldn't help it. I thought it was kind of funny. It's not very good conversation to have when you're having coffee, though, is it? Did I tell you this coffee is really strong? It would grow hair in your chest and it would really be good. But if it grew hair in my chest, then I could do another video on hair. You know my friend Gay? That I go to her house for shrimp cocktail, which she hasn't brought to the coffee, the scoop, in the afternoon yet. I'm sure she hasn't. She has a tough time navigating YouTube to comment. So I can't really check up on her, see if she is. She should be, but you don't have to do anything I tell you. And I hope you understand that I'm kidding most of the time. Anyway, Gay said, you should do a thing on hair. I said, Gay, I already did a thing on hair. I did a thing on eyebrows. I did a thing on ear hair, nose hair. Somebody got upset with me and said, no, don't pluck nose hair because it's your natural weapon against bacteria going up your nose. I know that. I'm a nurse. It's just the ones that are hanging down that you clip. I talked about plucking. You know what I do before I film? I have a whole in my studio. I have a makeup studio. It's all right in front of me. I have everything I need except the computer skills to do this job. Anyway, before I turn the camera on, I get this out. I pull this light out. I have another light here. And this is a magnifying mirror. And I say, oh no. Then I go. Then I get a feel. And I say, how could they be there from just last night? Because I'm like obsessed with it. I told you when I'm in the nursing home, it's my daughter's sole responsibility to find somebody who will provide that kind of care for me. So anyway, she wanted me to do a thing on hair. Obviously, she didn't watch that video. So I said, well, how can I do a thing on hair? She said, well, I'll be in it. And I said, you'll be in my video? And she said, yeah, and you can talk about hair. Well, Gay had a cancerous lesion on her head. And she had to have it removed. It was a squamous cell carcinoma, which is very easy to cure, but it was kind of a large spot on her head, so she had to have surgery on it. And I told you she's like meticulous, and everything looks good. She has clothes. She tells me, I don't know what I'm going to wear. She has clothes. Speaking of which, at some point I'm going to talk about, I watched a video today that I found very interesting because I have this fantasy of wearing dresses. I told you, Gina wears dresses, and she buys hers from April somebody. I gotta eat. Anyway, this other woman who is a homesteader, she buys those dresses too. And she buys only linen, 100% linen. They're expensive. She didn't say how much, and I didn't have time to look up the website, but I'm going to because I do have this fantasy about wearing dresses. Where was I? I was talking about Gay. Well, no, I want to talk about this first. I can't wear real short sleeves or or tank tops or anything, because I have like flapping arms, because I used to be heavier than I am now. And so it's all loose skin. Oh, that leads me to, have you ever seen those people on Instagram that they used to weigh 550 pounds and now they have all this loose skin? They bear it all, honestly. I'm just showing you my arms. So anyway, Gay said, they had to shave a spot right on the top of her head. She said, I don't know what I'm going to do with my hair. And I said, well, what do you need to do? They're just going to shave a spot. She said, I think I'm going to shave my head. I said, well, my friend who had chemo, she lost all her hair, and I thought she actually looked better. And I told her that. So I said, the worst case is you hate it and it'll grow back. If it grows anything like mine, it grows fast. I have an appointment on Thursday to get mine cut. So you'll see the new me on Thursday. Well, probably be later than that. No, yeah, it'll be later than that. So she went to the hairdresser, and she didn't have it totally shaved off. You know how those handsome men now, they do that? They shave their heads, and their heads are so shiny. And most of them, they're very sexy. I was going to say something, but I better not, because it might, never mind. It's okay to think something is sexy, even if you're 80. So she did go, and she was dying for me to see it, but I totally forgot about it because I'm totally consumed with this. So one day I went over for my shrimp cocktail, and she greets me at the door, and she has no hair. But I very quickly get accustomed to it, and she likes it. She says it's freeing. So that's why she thinks that I should do a video on hair. I think I just did, and she probably won't watch it, so she won't know that I was talking about it. But I'm not going to, I am going to tell you to protect yourself from the sun. Wear a hat, because skin cancer, especially if you get melanoma, that's a killer. And we don't want any of us to suffer any more than we are. Well, she had that thing taken off of her head. She had like a hole in her head. I mean, you can imagine your scalp goes right down to your skull. There's not a lot of meat there. And they had to get, the whole circumference of it. There's a certain procedure for it. So she had a hole there. I'm not going to show you the hole. I think she wants me to show you the whole thing. No. Just because I'm a nurse. Anyway, so that was gay. I'm not going to tell you that either. I'm going to wait until gossip time. It's not gossip. It's the scoop. I know I told you to all tell me your names, but I made an arbitrary decision. I decided I really like that. I don't know where it came from. It's probably some AI thing, but I really like it. So that's what it is for this week anyway, until I change my mind. So anyway, you think the scoop is going all right? I told you, I asked my son the other day, I think things are falling off. He said, it's just the way it is on YouTube, Mom. I said, well, it's not for me. I don't want it that way. And on the other side of my cheek, I say, I don't care. Go figure. Anyway, I've probably talked enough because I didn't hear anyone else talking. So I had to take up the slack, as usual, because I don't know what's wrong with you. Well, what's wrong with you is you can't talk to me live. we could have a convention. I think that would be really good. We could go around and visit some of our laid up friends. Does anyone have an airplane that's handicapped accessible? You know, you never know who's listening. Goodbye. Come again. Make sure you come tomorrow. But better yet, come to the scoop. Tell your friends about it. They're going to find out things that they didn't even know existed. And how did you like that? What you can do when you're all by yourself. Goodbye.